Can you hear me, Scott? Hey, Scott, can you hear me?
Joe, I can hear you. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I just want to make sure it's working.
Oh, yeah, we're
Sorry to
good.
bother you.
All is good.
Okay. Hey, are you going to be able to meet Kate and I Friday?
Depending if it's in the afternoon.
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
Yep, it's probably already on there, so probably yes.
Okay, good.
All right, there we go.
I'm gonna go eat real quick. I'll be back.
If you were talking, Chris, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now? No? Okay. Let me see.
It doesn't
What about
show
now?
a mute sign by your picture.
Oh, is there really?
Still can't hear you.
Huh.
Hey, George, can you hear my voice? This is Joe. Chris, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Just
Can you hear
testing.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you clear as a bell.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay. George,
I
can you
can't
hear me now?
either you, Chris, or Joe.
It's George. I think it's your audio.
Yeah, Mayor could hear me and you can hear me, Chris, so it's got to be on George's end.
Hey, Kate.
Yes,
Hey, could you let George know that he can't seem to hear us?
okay,
That he might have an audio issue.
okay. George, can you hear us now?
It's George Sleeper doing a sound check.
Sounds good, George, we got you.
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, and I see Joe Reeser, but I'm sorry, I see Joe's name, but I don't see Joe Reeser.
He was here a second ago. He checked
Okay.
in.
All right, very good.
I'm here.
Well, hey, Joe.
I just turned off the camera, that's all.
I'm gonna
Okay.
turn my camera off and eat.
Okay,
I'm sorry, guys. I had my sound off. That's why I couldn't hear you.
okay.
Kate, there's something different looking about you tonight.
Not sure what. Maybe got my hair down, I guess.
Maybe that's it. It's funny how you don't realize it. Okay, I'm gonna put myself on mute for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, we trying to figure out why our camera is not cutting on. Do they gotta click on it for our camera to get on?
Yes. What's going on?
We're trying to figure out how the camera works.
I can make you all co-host for the spotlight. Are you guys here with Moveports?
Yes.
Yes, we're here. We're here.
Yes,
We're here.
Okay. Let me see what I can do here. You'll have about 5 to 7 minutes to kind of showcase your business. And let's see what I can do here.
There we go.
There you go.
Hello.
Hi, I'm here also. I'm the the administrator for Moveports. I'm here. I think my name is saying Jeffrey. I'm here.
Okay. Okay, that's you. We have a council member named Jeff Arnold, so I wasn't sure if that's him. Okay.
So how'd you get?
And then Keenan, he's also, Keenan and Jermaine, they are logistics and the owner of Moveports. They are on also.
Okay.
Do you have to put our video on for us?
I'm not sure. It says to stop video, so I'm not sure why it's not. I can see Lori Kay's got her.
Oh, I see. Jermaine, look at the bottom of your screen and where it says start video, uncheck that. I think I'm coming through in a second. Here I am.
Yeah, there you are.
Here I am.
Okay.
Start video.
Yes.
It's already started.
It's already started. It just say stop video.
Okay.
Do you have something maybe covering your video on your laptop or anything? Do you have like one of those shutters in front of your screen or your video?
No, ma'am. It's up. Let me try. I'm gonna try to stop the video and start it again.
Okay.
It
All
could
right.
also be a video setting. If it's a laptop, sometimes they will, if it's low power or anything, they'll have a thing where it won't turn on until it gets to a certain point.
Let's leave and come back.
All right, we're gonna jump back in.
Yeah. Okay. Click that off. Okay. Let's see.
Just doing a sound check real quick. Can anybody hear me?
No,
Hear you.
just joking.
Unclear.
Jeff's got the right idea with the blanket there.
Figured it out.
We figured it out.
Now we
Sorry.
see you guys.
Ah, there you go.
We apologize about that. We had another screen open. We had to close the door was open.
You got it. Hey, I tell you.
Hi there.
All right, let's see here. So I guess we'll.
Okay. I think we're all here. Okay.
Hey, Kate, are we expecting Steve?
Yes, I talked to Steve earlier. I had not heard of anybody not being able to make the meeting tonight. So I'm expecting both, let's see, Letitia and Steve. And
Sounds good. We're gonna go right at 7.
yes.
Mr. Schlack, good evening, sir.
Scott, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. How are you? All right, Miss Kate, we're going 1 minute.
I have it to 6:55 right now, so we got 5 minutes, sir.
Your clock says 6:55?
Yeah, and we just turned to 6:56, so 4 minutes.
Huh. That's weird. My computer screen is very different than my cell phone.
Oh. Okay.
Huh. My cell phone agrees with you, 6:56.
Okay.
My computer is in a hurry.
That does happen.
Are we going to say the last council person to join the meeting sings Christmas carols? All right, my clock now on my phone says 7. If we're in agreement, everyone's here. We're missing one. Let's get started. Well, good evening, everybody, via Zoom for the first time. This is the regularly scheduled meeting of the South Haven City Council for Monday, December the 7th, 2020. I'll call this meeting to order. Everybody hearing me okay?
Yes.
So far, so good. All right, Travis, can we do a roll call, please?
Jeff Arnold,
Here.
Chris Campbell,
Here.
Joe Reeser,
Here.
Steve Schlack,
Here.
George Sleeper,
Here.
Letitia Wilkins,
Here.
Scott Smith.
Here. That takes us to the approval of the agenda.
This is George Sleeper. Make a motion to approve the agenda.
This is Jeff Arnold, a second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll roll call.
Arnold,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Reeser,
Yes.
Schlack,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. That takes us to the next item, which is an update from our County Commissioner, Gail Patterson Gladney. And I see she's down there. Don't see her video, but Gail, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right. Good evening. Give us an update.
Okay, yes, I have news from the County Board of Commissioners. First, the Special Assistant Prosecutor. Commissioners approved the creation of a special prosecutor's position and assigned Susan Zweiderveen at her current salary to that position from December 1st until December 31st. Zweiderveen was recently elected as the new county prosecutor, replacing Mike Bedford, who will retire at the end of this year. And this will allow her to prepare for upcoming trials. And then we have appointments. The board reappointed Greg Kinney to the Van Buren County Road Commission for a 6-year term, which expires December 31st, 2026. And 2 candidates were interviewed for that position. Chad Catalino, who is the public defender, was appointed to the Van Buren County Community Corrections Advisory Board to fill the defense attorney vacancy. And Robert Linderman was reappointed to the County Building Authority through December 31st, 2023. He was also appointed along with Vincent Cabraz. They were reappointed to the District Board of Health through January 1st, 2024. And then the last appointment or reappointment was Tom Reimer, who was reappointed to the Department of Health and Human Services Board for a 3-year term expiring on November 1st, 2023. I just wanted to let you know the latest numbers too that came for Van Buren County from the CDC for the COVID-19 cases. Confirmed cases 3,189 and the confirmed deaths of 53. And does anyone have any questions? No, well, thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, Gail. Appreciate it. Have a great night.
Okay, you too.
Next item, we have a local business showcase, and it's a new company titled Moveports, and I'll have them tell a little bit about kind of what they're doing, where they are here in South Haven, and thanks to Kate for kind of getting it all set up so they could be on the call tonight. So I will turn it over to our folks from Moveports. If you just want to introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Good evening. My name is Lamantha Wyatt. I am a native of South Haven, class of 83. Woo, woo, woo. I am the scheduler and administrator for Moveports private car service and Moveports pickup and delivery service. I have Keenan and Jermaine Harris on the line, and I also have Lori K. Miller, our marketing director. We're going to start with Lori K. Miller. She's going to give you a little bit about what she does for the company.
Thank you, Lamantha. Good evening. I guess it's evening. It's morning my time. I'm in Germany. Um, I am the marketing director at MovePorts, and I would first like to give a special thanks to Kathy Wagaman and her team at the South Haven Chamber of Commerce for their support in helping MovePorts through recommending us when people call for information, and for the fantastic review during the Business Summit 2020 the other day. That was super. Thank you again. I am the creator and maintainer of the MovePorts website and Facebook pages for both the private car service and the pickup and delivery service. In addition, I design all promotional materials such as flyers and brochures for upcoming events, summer, fall wine tours, brewery tours, and in the very near future, I hope, lighthouse tours. So if anyone would like to collaborate with us or on our pickup and delivery service or for our private car service, please give us a call. Thank you, Samantha.
Okay, I would like to introduce our Keenan Harris, our logistics specialist for MovePorts. He's going to tell you a little bit about what he does.
Hi, yes, like I said, like I was introduced, I'm Keenan, logistics specialist, and I'm behind the scenes. I keep things moving, the vehicles mainly, for both the private car service and the pickup delivery service. Sometimes people have questions about it. We do a lot of airport transportation for customers, and for pickup and delivery, especially in the wintertime when people can't get out. We provide the service to help them get food and supplies and things of that nature. We feel that's a big need in the area, and we appreciate the reception we've gotten the last couple of months. We're a new company, and this is a great place to be at. And I'll pass it over to my brother Jermaine. He'll tell you a little bit about the beginnings of the business.
How everybody doing this evening? Thank you for taking the time to allow us to speak to y'all. We appreciate it so much. The business started as a need for my grandmother. She needed assistance out here with getting groceries and different things. And with talking with her friends and other people she associate with, found out that it was a greater need. So, you know, just to make a long story short, we appreciate everything that the community has done for us and welcomed us in. Especially we talked with a couple of different business owners, and they give us some pointers and give us some good advice. And we just want to let you know that we're here to service the community. We look forward to helping South Haven grow, and we appreciate y'all welcoming us in. And thank you so much. And I'll pass it back to Lamantha. Okay. You may know my mom, Lola Wilson. That is grandma. That's my sister, Lori Kay, and those are my nephews. So we are local folks. We appreciate everyone welcome being part of the small business community. If you need to find us, we're moveports.com, or you can find us on Facebook at MovePorts Private Car Service or MovePorts Pickup and Delivery Service, or you can give us a call at 269-270-6690 if you have any further questions. And again, we appreciate your time this evening.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I'll see if people have questions. Does Kathy have your business cards?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, bring some around to the hospitals and different places. A lot of folks that need mobility are nowhere near Facebook.
Okay.
And those other places, but they'll take a business card all day long.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Hand up, Letitia.
Yes, that was awesome. Welcome to South Haven, and I look forward to working with you guys. I couldn't get all that information. Lamantha was talking a little fast. If you guys can, I don't know how I can get some information. If you can email it to me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And then I wanted to know, do you guys plan on passing that around to local hotels and churches? And
well, I'll let Keenan and Jermaine speak on that. I think we have advertised with all the hotels. I'll let them speak on that.
Okay.
As far as advertising go, we have We went around to a couple of different hotels. We understand that South Haven is small, so everyone's getting more comfortable seeing our name. So we're hoping as the word spread and people get more comfortable with us, they feel more comfortable with using our services. But we're definitely, once Cove get, I guess, better, things get fixed, we would definitely love to do more meet and greets, but we slowed down the meet and greets as far as the person-on-person meetings because of everything that's going on with Cove.
Right.
Well, if I could get some information, because every now and then I do have people reach out and ask if I know of anyone who picks up from the airport, those different types.
Absolutely.
So if I can, information, if you can email me or.
I can send you the brochures and whatnot that I've created. I can send that directly to you.
Thank you.
Also, Letitia, I'm sorry to break in here, but we also have 2 of their marketing materials in the packet. I think it's pages 6 and 7. If anyone wants to find that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, great.
All right.
All
Any
right,
other questions?
Well, thank you so much for Moveport for coming in. I really appreciate
you.
you reaching out. I
Thank
know that
you.
you're doing a really good service when everyone's needing to get be more flexible with COVID. So thank you very
Absolutely.
much for coming in and talking about your business today.
All right, thank you for having us.
so much.
Yep, thank you all. Have a good night.
Have an awesome
You
evening.
too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
That takes us to the consent agenda, items A through E.
This is Jeff Arnold. I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Tisha Wilkins, I'll second.
Motion and second to approve consent agenda, items A through E. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Campbell,
Yes.
Reeser,
Yes.
Schlack,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Arnold,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes. That takes us to new business. City Council, we ask to consider approval of the following special event applications. The first is special event 2020-24, which is the South Haven Steelheaders Fishing Tournament 2021 to be held from 5:30 a.m. on May the 14th, 2021 until 6 p.m. on May the 16th, 2021 at the Southside Municipal Marina. And let's hope it's good to go. So just need a motion and a second.
Steve Schlack, I'll make a motion to approve special event 2020-24, the Steelheaders Fishing Tournament 2021.
Chris Campbell, I'll second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Kate, assuming COVID goes away, any new updates here?
No, this would be similar to the tournament they've done in the past. Nothing really has changed with this tournament. We did already approve the tournament rate when we approved the 2021 steel transient and seasonal rate. So that has already been locked in. So we're hoping for a COVID-free area in May 15th of 2021.
Perfect, sounds good. Are there any public that's in on the call here? I'm not seeing
We have,
public comments.
I don't see anyone with their hands raised for this.
Okay.
For this
Any
item.
council comments? Other than let's hope it's going on this year. Okay, we've got a motion, we've got a second. Let's do a roll call, please.
Reeser,
Yes.
Schlack,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Arnold,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes. Takes us to special event 2020-25, Keep Christ in Christmas to be held on December the 19th, 2020 from 12 p.m. until 1:15 p.m. in the Dykeman Park.
This is George Sleeper. I make a motion to approve special event 2020-25, Keep Christ in Christmas.
Steve Schlack, I'll second.
Motion and a second. Kate, quick update.
Sure, this is a new request. The organizer would like to have 12 to 15 people, depending on weather, get together at Dykeman Park. And they'll be doing some Christmas hymns, a Catholic Rosary, and 5 Bible readings. They don't really need any services from the city, and they're not using amplified sound or voice amplification. So just a group getting together.
Perfect. Socially distanced and all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any public comments?
I don't see any hands raised, sir.
Okay, council comments? Nothing. Got a motion and a second to approve special event 2020-25. Roll call, please.
Schlack,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Arnold,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Reeser,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes. Next item, city council will be asked to consider the appointment of Lijah Haney to the South Haven Housing Commission for a 5-year term.
This is Jeff Arnold. I'll make a motion to approve Elijah Haney to the Housing Commission for a 5-year term.
Steve Slack, I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Kate, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but
Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. We did have a number of openings on the Housing Commission Board. One was actually pretty, John DeCarty has resigned his appointment due to some recent developments. So here we have Lijah Haney, fantastic candidate for the position. Lijah is a 17-year resident, I believe, and has turned in his application. And I have, I think, him and John Gill on the phone if you'd like to talk to either one of them.
sounds good. Hey, Lijah, if you're there, I just want to do a quick introduction to the community. I know who you are. We know you're an outstanding man. So just maybe a little bit about you, your family, and what you do.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you all for what you're doing for the city. It's truly appreciated. As Kate has mentioned, I've been a resident here for 17 years. For that entire time, I've been working for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Benton Harbor, where I'm the Director of Operations. I'm a coach, volunteer here in the community. I've been doing that for pretty much the entire time, the 17 years here in the community. I sit on the Children's Council of Berrien County board, and which I'm a trustee. I'm proud of that work. And I'm looking forward to getting more involved in some of the things here in this community and being of service here in the community. And I'm thankful for the fact that the opportunity has opened up for me to contribute in any way as needed. So.
Sounds good. Lijah, we appreciate your willingness, everything you do. How are your kids doing with all this COVID stuff?
They're doing well. They're doing well. You know, 10-year-old is always bouncing off the walls. My 17-year-old has senioritis.
Yep.
And so the normal, getting ready to try to figure out where she's going to school. And if we're going to pay a 4-year price for her to take classes in my living room or not. So
I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you right now.
Yeah. So, and just volunteering and coaching. Looking forward to coaching this year basketball at the high school. So as a freshman coach, so I'm looking forward to that. Just busy.
Yep, that's, I know you are. I appreciate it. Okay, thank you for that intro. That way the community knows a little bit about you. Any other council questions? I got a lot of nods, everyone's smiling. We also have Mr. Gill on the phone. John Gill, did you want to say anything, John?
Just wanted to say thank you all for considering Lijah. I believe he is going to be a great asset to the Housing Commission. He's going to bring a different perspective with working with kids for the past 17 years. So that within itself is an expertise that we are definitely looking forward to tapping into. So, we appreciate his willingness to roll up his sleeves and assist. So after or when hopefully you guys do decide to appoint him to the Housing Commission, there's plenty of work for him to help us with. So we're looking forward to it, and thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks, John. Thanks for all the work you are doing as well. Now, no council comments. I don't think we had any public comments either. No hands went up. So we've got a motion and a second to approve Mr. Lijah Haney to a 5-year term to the Housing Commission. We need a roll call, please.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Arnold,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Reeser,
Yes.
Schlack,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. Thank you again, gentlemen. Thank you, Lige, for your service. Next item. City Council will be asked to consider a motion to approve an addendum to the cafe license agreements for outdoor dining and alcohol services to allow outdoor heaters and fans for the following businesses. We have Taste at 402 Phoenix Street, Black River Tavern, 403 Phoenix Street, New Holland Brewing Company, 253 Center Street, and Sukasa Restaurant, 206 Center Street. And for this, I just need a motion, a second, then we'll have some discussion.
Steve Slack, I'll make a motion to approve an addendum to the cafe license agreements for outdoor dining and alcohol services to allow outdoor heaters and fans.
Chris Campbell, I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All right, Kate, I think we all know what this is about, but tell us anyway.
Well, we did just update and adopt our new outdoor license agreements in October. And then it came to our attention that with everything with COVID restrictions, occupancy is being pushed more to the outdoor, and some of those outdoor spaces would be better, would be more comfortable spaces if heaters and fans were allowed. And the license agreement specifically did not allow them. So this is an addendum that would allow those businesses who'd like to utilize a heater or a fan to utilize them and to have the fire marshal sign off on them. So any restrictions that the fire marshal may put on them, they have to follow those rules.
Sounds good. Are there any, thanks for the update. Are there any public comments before we go to council?
No public comments, sir.
No comments? All right, council questions or comments?
Yeah, this is Chris Campbell. This is something I'd like us to evaluate to see if this is something we can give the city manager small changes to do like this without the approval of council. That way we can expedite this in the future versus going to a couple meetings. I've been involved in both the DDA and this meeting as well for this.
Okay. We can throw that around. Any other council comments? Seeing none, we have a motion, a second. Roll call, please.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Arnold,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Reeser,
Yes.
Schlack,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. So item 10 is we're going to be receiving a report from Bill Works on what's going on at the DPW for the calendar year 2020. And this is one of those things you recall that, we've tried to get these updates just to let the council and really the public know what's going on at our different departments, and just to share a little glimpse at what's going on here at City Hall so people realize what their tax dollars are going to pay for. So obviously the DPW is a very substantial part of public funding dollars. So I'll have Bill Hunter walk us through this report. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Your Honor, City Council. Nice to have the opportunity to present this to you. I'm going to share my screen. I have a PowerPoint presentation.
Perfect.
Well, thanks again for allowing me to present this to City Council. I'm going to go over, I asked staff from the last year to, and we started doing this once a quarter. And we combined all these in the course of this one yearly report. So once a quarter, I have staff go through and I tell them every quarter, data, pictures, so we can present this to City Council. So my apology on the number of slides I have. I'll try to go through them efficiently. So just bear with me, but I didn't want to leave everything out because I asked staff to gather all this information and they did a lot of hard work doing it. Starting off, here's our organization chart. Organization chart, as you can see, it's top down, it's myself, and you have actually one, two, three, four, five, looks like we have 6 managers. We have altogether 39 full-time employees, 10 seasonal and 1 part-time. So this is the organization that takes care of everything from your parks, your streets, wastewater, filtration, electrical, everything. So let's go on to the next slide. I start the department off. Let's go over the electric department. We have over 40 square miles of area that we cover and 8,500 customers. We have 150 miles of overhead electric lines and 10 underground lines that we maintain. We have a fiscal budget. Move this over. We have an operating budget of 19.5 million, and currently we're working with GRP. That's the engineer we've used actually ever since I've been here for any of the designs with the city for electrical lines. We're currently asking them to start the process of a new substation. So they're going to start a design. That'll be on 12th Street. So we'll have 3 substations in the future. And just that substation alone is going to look like altogether costs would be about $5.5 million. This is actually our service area. It's quite large. You have two townships in the city, so quite a large area that we cover. Here, what you actually see is some of the things that the guys do. For example, it shows them actually checking when we have flooding and someone's worried about the electrical boxes. Is there a chance actually someone could be electrocuted? Even though we know the connection points are way up top inside of there, we have staff going and checking them out just to be certain. So you can see the pictures, the nighttime pictures there. Plus on the bottom, it shows staff actually doing some light repairs, light fixture repairs, replacing the ground arrestor and a new service to on Van Buren Street. In addition to shows some pictures of upgrading a line in 77th, removal of old poles. We've been doing that actually in-house with the new supervisor taking over. Joe Miller has been very proactive in doing that. Dual poles, you'll see that actually during a lot of upgrades. They're still there. We try to work with Frontier and Comcast to get those removed. That's a challenge. So Joe actually sent the staff out, and any easy transfers we can do, we've just been removing them ourselves because it's been a challenge to try to get Frontier and Comcast to take care of those. Another, you can see actually on the bottom there, it shows a hot stick cleaning and testing. All of our equipment, our excavators, our bucket trucks all get tested. Meaning actually they sometimes it's some of the smaller stuff that you can see from the hot stick, we test them, but we'll actually for the boom trucks have companies come in and certify them. The bottom one there to your bottom right, it actually shows the phasing switchgear on Huron. And then we're showing actually a picture of replacing a bad transformer at the yacht club, new service for the hospital, broken pole on 77th and a service upgrade on Hazel. This actually shows staff going through a training. We do these rescue trainings and it's required to do just in case if somebody, one of the operators get, something happens, and this does happen. So we're required to actually go through, and that dummy, that does weigh as much as a grown man. So they have to go up there and actually get that person down and practice doing that. Here is just actually just some of the work orders we do. These ones right here, I believe we're looking at about 3,415 man hours, but this isn't the whole amount that we do. Oh, my apologies. We just switched over. Another one we have is GIS, Geographic Information System. It's a department, but there's one guy, there's Ryan Bosher. Ryan does, we are lucky to have Ryan Bosher actually as an employee in the city of South Haven. He's not just a guy that makes maps, which you can see right here. Actually, he has you can see from the amount of maps he does, and this will show per quarter, but he also is very good in planning. He helps out in that. So he's I also call him our researcher. If you need something researched, Ryan's the guy. So these are just some of the maps. A lot of them you probably have seen. You've been in a meeting before. If you've seen a map, Ryan's done it. So he's and that says 1,000 words sometimes when you're trying to explain something in a memo and then you put a map up, people go, ah, okay, that makes sense now. And Ryan does this. These are just some of the projects he worked on in the second quarter. He's got I'm not going to go over every one of them, of course, but street projects, planning and zoning, you can see miscellaneous projects, parks, high water, the name a few, utilities, GIS projects. Again, like I said, more maps. Send Ryan out to take pictures. He's the guy, for example, right over there in the lower right-hand corner that shows the concrete standpipe in its current condition. Plus over there in your lower left, you'll see the Wi-Fi, and then up to the top, you'll see actually Apache Court. So, and again, these are all the projects he does. And he's done this, for example, too, customers will come in and say, I need a location on maybe my utilities or other information on their property. Ryan can print it out or find it. And we have people come in and he helps them out. Like I said, he's a very good asset to the city. He's not just a map guy. So here's a breakdown actually of the street department. We have 10 full-time employees. We maintain 37.47 miles of road. We maintain 50.64 miles of sidewalk and pedestrian paths. We have approximately 19 parking lots we maintain with actually 1,295 spaces, and on-street parking downtown, we got 421. All that inventory is what Ryan can come up with in a matter of minutes. So when I put all this together, Ryan's able to pull it together and help out. Parks Department, believe it or not, we have no full-time staff in the Parks Department. Parks Department consists of all the seasonal staff that we bring in once a year. And we have actually a seasonal supervisor that comes in, responsible for the maintenance of the 19 public parks and 7 beach accesses. Number of parks we have is 26 total. Acreage of parks, 87, and cemetery acreage is at 33. Here are some of the pictures of some of the stuff that the guys have done over the years. The staff has Newcomb Beach stairs, for example. When we moved those, we had to actually have to extend the steps on the bottom. The stairs, the handicap up in front of City Hall, we had a blowout on the side. Staff went through and actually mud the side of it just to preserve it and protect what we have existing there. Shows staff cleaning the south beach on the bottom and the beach work they do. Here's actually the Dykeman Basque Bridge. Staff actually was instrumental in assisting. Actually, we probably remember City Council. We went to you about of course, the high level problems. You can actually see from the picture there, those are 2 control panels that we actually had to get new covers on. That right there. So that was that we did an expenditure of $19,380, and that actually helps us to where now the water does come up higher. We're able to not worry as much that the bridge will stay open, which is one of the fears we had. This bridge is these Basque Bridge are expensive. They're expensive to maintain. This one here, just the inspections alone, recently our last, and they're called detailed inspections. And they're done about every 5 years. The inspection alone was $123,000. The biannual inspections we have outside of that, you're looking at about $30,000. So it's an expensive bridge to maintain. Here actually is actually our motor pool showing some of the what we can do. We have actually in the motor pool, we have 127 pieces of equipment. Remember, the motor pool is actually in an enterprise fund. The motor pool owns all the equipment and then leases it out to everybody with an annual cost to the city about 950 to 1.2 million, depending on how much equipment we purchase. Most of the stuff is handled internally. Matt does a great job, our mechanic. There are some stuff we have to take out, but you can see from the picture right there, that's one of the leaf trucks with the front end taken right off. Shows here the cemetery we have. We have charges for the foundations that you'll see poured right here. And again, we show actually some of the stuff we do internally. We do all our own pavement marking. Throughout the city, we're trying to concentrate in the future to not do so much centerline marking. It might be something we're going to look at in coming budgets, is actually maybe contracting out the center line and focusing on our pedestrian crossings and our parking lots more, because we think at the time those kind of get just due not having enough manpower, they don't get the attention that they deserve. The two pictures over to your right are the signs that were put up actually at the splash pad. We have our own sign shop. Prior to me getting here, we had to get our signs from a company. We waited like 2-3 months to get it. With the use of maybe we purchased one for about $12,000. We're able to do our own vinyl signs in-house. We can have things plugged up or put out, and we can do them really quick. And within regulation, it's a whole MMUTCD's inventory or signs, so everything is put in according to the manual itself. Some pictures actually of staff doing some, again, during the high waters, we have the water over the jetty right there. We have to go out and power wash it, and that shows us having to take the Vector truck out there just to do it. Shows over to your lower left, the beach cleaning. We're out there as soon as the beaches are open. We're out there at least 3 or 4 days a week just cleaning beaches. And then shows a new guardrail over to the side that staff installed. Here's all the pictures, not all the pictures we had, but some of the ones that when we put the HESCO barriers in early this year, we did some around the wastewater treatment plant and then at South Beach. Staff put those in. Army Corps did come, but it was just them showing us how to do it. We came up with a plan and staff installed them all. We actually have I received quite a few calls from other municipalities that are looking at this same thing, HESCO barriers. I've got at least 2 or 3 calls a week. How did we do it? What's the expense? How easy it was and people come and take pictures. So I think staff did a great job on that. Here are some of the work orders that staff has put together, just some of the stuff they've done. For example, you see like 3,000 feet of sewer line jetted. Actually shows the number of pounds of salt we lay each year. So some of the work orders. This one here, it's South Haven Area Water Sewer Authority. This is the water distribution. We have 109 miles of water main and 101 miles of sewer. And this is actually the city of South Haven under contract. We work, so we bill back to Shasta. So I put in there under contract. But some of the pictures of staff putting replacing a valve, a water main break over there to the right, and then replacing a structure. Over this, just to let you know, over the next 20 years, we're going to be replacing $15.9 million we're going to have to budget, and that's actually just for the replacement of lead services. Going back to maybe 3 years now, the state of Michigan amended the Safe Water Drinking Act, and the definition of a lead service now is anything that has lead or was connected to lead, and galvanized services now are considered lead services. So we have to come up with a plan. That'll be like 15.9 million. We have about 6.9 million over the next 7 years for the capital plan, and that's to just replace the concrete standpipe. And that services about 11,305 residential and business and school customers. And we have approximately 41 million over the next 28 years, according to our asset management plan at work that needs to be done in our system. We are going to be raising rates this year, unfortunately. We have water, we're going to be raising it to 6.5% effective January 1 of 2021 and 6.5% again in July 1 of 2021. And then sewer will be 9.9% in July 1 of 2021 and 9% effective July 1 of 2022. This is our service area for the water and sewer. You got Casco to the north, South Haven Township, and the city. Just the, for example, that $15.9 million, that lead service, that's all within the city. That's all within there. Because of course, we've got the oldest section of distribution. Okay, moving on, we're now at the wastewater treatment plant. The wastewater treatment plant, the value of that asset itself with all the lift stations is $23,316,468. That includes actually, of course, that does not include actually the collection pipes themselves. Our current average at the wastewater plant is 1.39 million and our design capacity is 2.19. Here actually shows a picture of the wastewater plant, and on the side there, you see actually 2 pie graphs, and you're going to see a couple of more as we go. The wastewater treatment plant, through an asset management plan called Cardiograph, we track everything. And so we're able to actually dial down to what are we spending money on. It's a great asset management plan that we've implemented maybe 2 years ago, and they've been utilizing it, and it's been very helpful. As you can see, actually, this is what we've been experiencing. You can see that little berm over there, the gravel berm, plus those pipes. We had to buy 2 pump systems. What was happening is the water level was just getting so high. The wastewater treatment plant is all gravity. So once everything comes to the grit building, it's gravity. So if you have so many feet of head of water up against the discharge pipe, it slows the system down. So with the flooding and the increased water elevation, we had to come up with a pump system. One was to take care of the water in the area itself, and the other one was actually to discharge from the flume out. So that's been working great. The pumping, we're going to maintain these pipes as you see right now, but we are looking at future quick disconnect areas on the plant. So the same pumps will be maintained. We'll just be able to hook them up when high waters happen in the future. What you see here is a sludge grinder cartridge. And that's exactly, I mean, use your imagination. That's exactly what it does. It's grinding sludge. So you can see it's what you deposit in the sewer is what we grind up. It's not the clean end, as Richie's got the glamour side, the water coming in. Everybody's like, yay. But you go to the wastewater plant, you got the smell coming at you. A lot of times I can tell by the look on their face when I'm giving them a tour how long the tour is going to be by like the first time they get in the building. So I know when I have to speed up the tour or I can slow it down. So this is just goes to show some of the, and all this is done, staff does all this internally. So we might not rebuild the pumps, but we can pull them. And sometimes we can actually do minor rebuilds. Sometimes you just can't get around it. Here's our clarifiers. Now, it's kind of funny because, and this just goes to show how thorough Kate is. Kate actually called me and said she thought it was a joke, and I applaud her for that. She goes, "Water fleas, is this a joke?" But it actually is true. That does affect it affects actually our water quality. Plus, it actually clogs the pipes and equipment. Believe it or not. But you know, that's my job. I'm supposed to be familiar with that stuff. So it was, you know, I should have said I was putting something in there actually to throw her off, but she was very thorough. This actually shows actually the clarifier getting cleaned up. Clarifier in essence is you're adding a chemical or a coagulant to drop your solids down, and it acts like a filter towards the top. So it's just another method of actually getting solids out. We're doing a lot better now with our solids, with the grit building in. Prior to the grit building, a lot of stuff got through, which actually caused, like I said, a chain reaction within the system. Now with the new grit building, that does the majority of the load of the solids. And this actually shows some of the solids coming up. We do have a dumpster there, and that's some of the main stuff coming in from the grit building. You can see right in there. This actually shows Jason. We have Jason Van Nunningham. He's able to, is a great asset getting Jason on board. He actually has built quite a few of our controls on our lift stations, and has done a lot of program PLC automation on them. So that's Jason actually doing some wiring right there. This actually shows one of the PLCs Jason has put together for pump control. This is actually showing one of the other pumps. You can see actually over the suction line going over to your left, that's actually going to a drain in the system, though staff actually put in floats. So these pumps could actually, just when the water level hits, just like a lift station, it was able to take off and activate. This is another one of the pie graphs that we're using from Cardiograph. We're able to track our costs. Here's actually a slide for the water treatment plant. The water treatment plant replacement value is $12.95 million. The cost to install a redundant intake is probably one of the biggest things to upgrade the plant. You'll see actually, for example here, the plant's designed actually at a 7 MGD, but we can't do at 7 MGD, and there's a reason why. We don't have the intake. So one of the things we have in our 28-year plan is to install a redundant intake, not only redundant, but actually to increase our capacity. Think of it right now, that water plant only has one intake. So it's a vulnerability. We do get inspected, and we have it televised, and Richie does a great job. But however, you don't drill through it, nor do you know actually the integrity of the pipe itself. So that's why you need to look at things like that, plus a capacity. Firm capacity of the plant, which is rated at the intake level, that's 5.4 MGD. We service 11,305 customers within the Shawsa area. Here's actually shows the area we serve. This is actually our bacteriological testing site. We take these tests once a week. So Richie sends a guy out and he takes them in all these samples. We run them back to the lab, and we do called the present absent test, where we take that sample and we add it's a reagent to it, and if it changes color, then we know that there's coliform in there, and then we'll take it to another step where we plant it in brilliant green, then we plant it back in laurel tryptose. We also do heterotrophic plate counts on here, and some of these other sites we actually use for some of our other monthly or quarterly samples for haloacidic acids and triallomethanes. This is actually our monthly report that Richie sends out to the state of Michigan that gets reviewed every month. One of the things, particulate, you measure everything from NTUs in the water, which is the net flow metric turbidity units, and the capacity of the plant. And also he'll tracks actually how the filters are doing, how they're doing it for rates, what's their total head pressure. So this report is sent to the state. Here's actually a 2-year comparison of the baffle cleaning at the crib. You'll have the older one over to your left and then the newer to your right. So we have this inspected. It is the original crib from of course, the original plant, and that's why looking at a redundant intake is important. Engineering department, here's our Cape Seal that we just did in 2020. Monroe Boulevard, Broadway, This project was a $179,000 project for the streets mentioned, Broadway, 73rd, Monroe. If this was a mill and fill project, this would have been probably 600,000. So that's what you save by doing Cape Seal. Plus, and I probably had said this before to City Council, it takes a road that's a PACER rating of a 5 and brings it back up to a 7 or an 8. So we're taking that curve and we're extending it out. So that road that originally, if you don't do any work to it, it's going to last 25. We can get these roads 25, 30, 40, but we got to catch them at that spot, because not every road you can do a Cape Seal. If they get too far, then they have to be like a mill and fill or replacement. Detention ponds, we had detention pond over at the industrial that we had cleaned, never been cleaned before. You can see the before, there's all the vegetation, Phragmites. Then the other side, of course, we had that all treated. And then the other side is it cleaned out. So we brought it back to capacity. We had that same, some other ditches too that run just to the south. Spencer Manufacturing hooks onto one, and a couple other companies in that area, but we had to clean those out, bring them back to the original capacity, plus at the DPW building as well. Here actually shows the storm outlet replacement at Delaware Court. This was a $74,505 project. You see the before and the after. We may have others that pop up due to the high water, but this is the one that did at the time. Indiana street sidewalk repair. Next couple of slides will just be going over some of the sidewalks we've done. We do budget each year $200,000. We take about 100, we budget 100,000 out of 101,446, and the other one, another 100,000 out of the street fund. And we do sidewalk work. And this was one that we did in Indiana. Looks like we replaced 286 linear feet at $40,000. And here's another one on Park Avenue, 286 at about 12,164. And you can see that before, that's what we were dealing with, that upper right. You can see those sidewalk sections just missing. And then when we're done, that's what we have. Another one over by the washout we had over by the river, in addition to Superior and Water Street. So we have, looks like approximately 20,000 spent on that, 20,908. Here's the final, the Water Street enclosure. This took some time. Originally, when we did the steps, the enclosure was called out with the steps. We pulled that out because it was much too pricey what the original bidder was pricing it out for, so we did that separately. We had Compton put the enclosure in, then we had the fence put in, and we finished it up this year, and the fencing was just $39.98 total for just the fencing. Here's actually, we finally closed out Center Street project. We did have some, and we still had some concrete work actually that they did just recently. Some valve boxes that weren't quite white that were just on the punch list, so no cost to us. The project did come in, original bid came in at $2,718,880. With all the change orders, we actually had a net change or reduction. So it came in at $2,493,166, so a net change of $226,528. Flooding in Dunkley, that was ongoing again. We finally do Mike Dopp actually coming up with a great plan, and we call it option 5, where he's able to get that water actually cleared up now, and that came up to about 54,000. That's with the Tiger Dam system and the other easements we had to get on private property. And here's after everything's cleared up. That shows actually some of the damming we had to do, but so it's been pretty good. We've had a couple of times where it came up, and that was due to pumps being clogged, but overall it's been working out very well. Nuka Beach, there's the extent, we had to actually shorten that back, and Compton's did a great job, jumped in and got it back to where it originally was. This is the small craft. We had through a grant that we were awarded through the Michigan Coastal Zone Management. We received actually a $35,000 grant. Total project was $80,000. So the city actually had just a balance of this project was local funds were $45,233. Shows some of the pictures and the finished product. It was a very challenging because the gas line actually goes across right there. The gas company wouldn't they wouldn't tell us where it was at. They gave us point A to point B, but they wouldn't tell us if it floated one way or the other. And that created quite a bit of challenging trying to put the pilings in. Here's the splash pad. This project was 612,000 with a grant of 300. I think it's been very popular. Seen a lot of kids there. So some of the other projects that we do is some other miscellaneous sidewalk work, water main repairs. So the engineering department, well, they'll get stuff handed over. For example, like a water main breaks here, so they'll go out and try to get contractors to patch it up, restore it, and then also sidewalk work as well. Some of the other things we're working on, we're doing a lot more with RoadSoft. It's an asset management plan program that's free from the state. We're taking information like all of our PACER ratings, putting them in there, and what that's helping us do once we get a PACER rating each year, it's showing us and helping us plan better about when these roads approximately will fail. So every year, for example, if we're PACER rating this one road and it keeps coming in at a 5, doesn't go another road right beside it goes from a 5 then to a 6. We know the curve's going to be different, and that allows us to plan, well, this road here can wait a little bit, but this road needs to move it forward. And that's all I have for City Council. City Council have any questions that are on the end of the year report?
I'll jump in first. Thanks, Bill. Very thorough. Good stuff. And hopefully that, as council's aware, taxpayers are aware, this is obviously where the money's going. I know we're going to have some tough discussions coming up about rates. I know we're working on another report that just shows folks kind of our assets, what they look like, what kind of in a snapshot, what they are, what their useful life is. I think it's important for everyone to understand, just like your house, our taxpayers are our stakeholders, and these are their assets. So I think it's important for everybody to understand what it is we own, what it is we need to maintain. And ultimately, guess what, folks, that's what government's about. It's not always the most exciting stuff, but we like our lights to turn on, our toilets to flush, and our water to flow. So that's government. So thanks, Bill, for your department's amazing. I will say that you mentioned several names. I will ditto all of them. My lights continue to turn on every single day, and I'm amazed. So any other council questions for Bill? Mr. Schlack, Stephen.
Yeah, I was wondering about all the maps that Ryan makes. Are those available online at the city's website, or can they be?
We've never done that before, Steve. A lot of those maps are still actually, if they were ever in an agenda, they're still there.
One caught my eye with
the
federal property versus city property. It'd be kind of neat to have that posted, possibly with the pier head and all that. That's the one that caught my eye.
Okay.
To prompt my question anyway. Thank you.
Yeah, Ryan makes some amazing stuff. I will say that. I'm always amazed when you look for information. He is pretty remarkable. So
he is.
George, was that you waving down there?
Yes, it is, Mr. Mayor. Hey, Bill, if a citizen has something that they want to try to see get fixed, maybe it's a street light that's blinking or a sign that blew down or something like that, what's the best way for them to try to see about getting it fixed?
That's a very good question, George. I don't know if there's a best way or probably, but it's what you feel comfortable with. For example, I would say if some people are on a phone, I would just call 269-637-0737. That'll get you right to the, you can, if it's after hours, you can leave a message. We check them every morning, and or it's staffed, actually it's DPW buildings, so staffed from 0 to 3:30. Another thing you can do is email dpw@southavenmichigan.gov, and it'll come right to a general mailbox, and we'll have staff distribute it, or they can send me an email, bhunter@southavenmichigan.gov. So just be on their, I guess, just their preferred method. There are some people that just walk right in. Our building's located at 1199 8th Avenue. Some people that want to see your face. So we have a lobby still open. Of course, we have now a security entrance there, but we have a glass right there, and we can speak right to them and get their information as well. Does that help, George?
Yes, thanks, Bill.
All right, anybody else? All right, see none. Bill, I think you're in the clear. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, as always.
Thank you, Bill. And I don't see anyone's hand up, but if anyone would like to raise their hand button on link Zoom or dial *9, we can get some public comment, but I have not seen anybody so far, sir.
Perfect. For item 11, citizens in the audience you're referring to, or we are at that time. Yeah, citizens in the audience will be heard on items not on the agenda. So you say nobody on your end, Ms. Kate?
Nope, I'm not seeing anyone raise their hand.
All right, we lulled them all to sleep. Let's do city manager comments.
Well, thank you, sir. I just want to remind everyone that tomorrow night, Coastal Resilience Planning, that'll be our second workshop. That'll be on Zoom, so another virtual meeting at 6 p.m. Those details are on our website. Again, this is our second meeting, and this will be our coastal planning joint effort with Casco Township and South Haven Charter Township. I do want to thank Scott Reiner and the CVB staff for getting the holiday lights put up. I think we can all use a little holiday cheer at this time. And then I also wanted to alert the council that the MDHHS order to pause to save lives has been extended for another 2 weeks. So the restrictions on no dining, outdoor dining and pickups and that kind of thing, and of course, online meetings will extend through December 20th at this point.
All righty. Any questions for Kate? All right, seeing none, why don't we go ahead and work our way around the room here, around your rooms. How about Jeff Arnold? You're on the top of my screen. City council comments.
Yeah, no comment for me.
All right, how's remote learning going?
It's going.
Very good. All right, Mr. Campbell.
No comment tonight.
All right, how's business?
It's good. It's our shoe store is closed for remodeling with that whole block until March, and then both Emma's and Soha will both be open for all the way through year round.
Perfect. Shop, right? Shop local. Yep. Good. George Sleeper, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Hey, just a few things. First of all, I'd like to recognize Lige for volunteering to be on the Housing Commission. That's great. I'd like to encourage folks to check out the main floor of the new building on Center Street that's across from Maria's and see the model train set up there. And it's also a fundraiser for We Care. So it's a pretty neat thing to see if you get a chance. It's safe. You can social distance and get in a little bit of the Christmas spirit. Also, in my neighborhood, I noticed a new seating overlook patio area on Stanley Johnson Park, and it looks like it's sponsored by the Spellman family. So I wanted to thank them for that. It looks like a really nice addition to Stanley Johnson Park. And that's all I have.
Very good. Thank you, George. Well, let's come around. Mr. Reeser, good evening.
Hi. No comments, thanks.
All right, very good. Miss Letitia Wilkins.
I don't have any comment.
All right, how's your teaching going?
Wonderful.
Wonderful, very good.
The same as
All
Arnold.
right. Very good. Mr. Steven Schlack.
No comments.
All right, this is going to go quick. I'll just reiterate what I said earlier. This is a tough winter. If you all are thinking about it for shopping, Christmas and beyond, shop local, get downtown and shop, dine. I know Amazon is making billions by the day, but our local merchants need us to be downtown. So if you can do some shopping downtown, get some food downtown, do it. I just want to, again, just keep those folks, I know the governor's extended the orders again, just to keep those folks in your thoughts. And if we can all help out to those that are still out of work for months and months and months, it is tough times going into the holidays. You know, our restaurant workers, our folks at the movie theater, I miss the movie theater. We're thinking about them. If there's stuff, again, I hope those folks are reaching out. To the business owners, I would just say, again, reach out to us at City Hall. Anything we can do to be of help, of service, reach out to your council members, myself, city manager. We're really kind of keeping our fingers crossed. We all continue to wear our mask, get your flu shots, and hopefully I'll see if I can get first in line and get my vaccination yet in December here. How's that sound? Hopefully they'll get me going early, so I'll be lined up. So on that note, again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Good first Zoom meeting, and I will seek a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Steve Slack, I'll second.
Motion and a second. Travis, roll call, please.
Arnold,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Reeser, Yes. Schlack,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes, and we are adjourned. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thank you.